Well, hello there. You are probably here for the steak, so let's waste no time. So we go right into the business, and today it's all about cooking a mouth-watering steak. And today we'll be cooking this steak with reverse-sear method. Which basically means that first we cook this steak in the oven and after that in the pan. And we start this by getting the meat into the room temperature for about 1 hour before cooking. Then we put a fair amount of salt over it and then we put it in the oven. And we set our oven temperature to 125 Celsius, it's about 255 Fahrenheit. And we cook it in the oven until the inner temperature of the steak reaches precisely 57 Celsius, it's about 135 Fahrenheit. And may I present the flavors we are about to give to our steak: garlic, black pepper and thyme. But for now we let them relax and enjoy their time on another table, because here is our steak. And let's take a closer look what it looks like right after the oven. Inner temperature is precisely 57 degrees Celsius and the color is, well, as you see, it's like grayish brown. And next we will take the excess moisture off from the surface of the steak, because moisture is the worst enemy of good sear. Remember that. And for removing that excess moisture, for example, paper towel is quite good tool for this. And if you look closely, you can see that there is some moisture that has dropped down on the bottom of the baking dish. So try to use baking dish like this, where the moisture can drop and it doesn't stick into the meat when you keep it in the oven. And then it's time for our steak to go into the pan. So heat up your pan to high heat. Use some high smoke point oil. I used canola oil. And we fry the steak at this side for about 1 minute, giving it a little pressure here and there to get even sear from the bottom. And in the halfway of this side, move the steak a little bit for the different position, so we get evenly seared from the bottom, like this. And actually today we are using beef sirloin steak, and for this reverse-sear method you should use quite thick steaks, because with thin steaks there's too great possibility for you to overcook it, and you don't want to do that. But hey, let's turn it around, and as you see, we have a nice crusty dark brownish sear all over the surface of the steak. And this is exactly what you want your steak to look at this point. And then give it some pressure here and there, so that every spot of the bottom of the steak hits that hot surface of the pan, and we get nice even sear to the other side also. And then a little pressure again here and there. And when the minute has also gone for this side, the next phase is to sear also the sides of the steak. And at this point I think I have to show you some of my incredible skills with these new frying tanks, because I think it's apparently a bit hard to take hold of the steak with these. I think these have potential, these are good tongs, but I have something to learn with these still. But hey, they did the job, I did the job, so the end result is quite satisfying. And look at that crusty steak, it's so beautiful. And actually now this phase is over. We take the steak out of the pan, then we lower the temperature of our pan to medium heat and add some butter. We put about 75 grams of butter in there. Then we grate 1 big solo garlic. And as you probably guess it by now, this is the phase that we give some extra flavors for the steak. And then mix a bit that butter garlic mixture, and next we throw some fresh herbs there, and I like to use thyme, fresh thyme here. And then just give it a little mix. What? Give it a little mix. Yes, just give it a little mix. That was a bit hard. As I said, give it a little mix. And then we put our steak in the pan. And then we start basting the steak. So lift your thighs on top of the steak and using your spoon take that butter garlic mixture and just bathe your steak in it. And this basting gives our steak a good moisture and flavors that we wanted to get. But hey, let's do a quick recap for the ingredients we have used so far. So a thick beef steak, I use beef sirloin steak. Then canola oil for pan frying, and for basting butter about 75 grams. It's about 2.65 ounces, 1 sole of garlic grated and some fresh thyme. And then let's take the steak off the pan, and there you see it. And we let it rest now for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we will cut it, so soon you will see how it looks like from the inside. And meanwhile, I will give you a bonus recipe for the great sauce to eat with the steak. So leave the broth on the pan, then add 1 deciliter of cooking cream, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, about 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And then just mix it and let it simmer a bit. And we are using here medium-low heat so it doesn't burn. And after a minute or two, just take it off from the pan to some little cup and serve it with the steak. And here's a little recap for the sauce. So leave the beef broth in the pan, then 1 deciliter of cooking cream, it's about 0.4 cups, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And then let's go down to the business, because there you have it. Thick reverse-seared beef steak. And of course you can serve it as a whole with the side dish and the creamy sauce, but for the sake of this video we have to check what it looks like inside. And as you see, this time I also wanted to try how tender would this steak be, although if I cut it with the grain. And as a reminder for all of you, you should always cut the steak against the grain, so it's more tender. But hey, let's do a quick recap here. So first, take the steak to room temperature for about 1 hour before cooking and salt it well. And then put the steak in the oven. Oven temperature 125 Celsius, it's about 255 Fahrenheit. And cook it in the oven until the inner temperature of the steak is 57 degrees Celsius, about 135 Fahrenheit. And after oven, use for example paper towel to get excess moisture off from the steak. Then heat up the pan to high heat and add some cooking oil. When the pan and oil is heated, add the steak in the pan and sear 1 minute, then flip the steak around and sear again 1 minute, then sear also the sides. And after this, take steak off from the pan and lower the pan temperature to medium heat. Add some butter, grated garlic and thyme, and add steak back to the pan and baste for about 1 to 2 minutes. And after this, let the steak rest in the plate for about 5 to 10 minutes. And you can do the sauce at this point, so leave the broth to the pan and add cooking cream, Dijon mustard and black pepper and simmer the thickness of your liking. And you are ready to go. And here's a little demonstration of the tenderness of the steak. You can so easily tear it by hand. Lovely. And then just add the creamy sauce on the plate and feast with it. All in all, this reverse-sear technique for steak cooking is a bit time consuming, but it guarantees the even doneness throughout the steak, and that is what I like. So if you're planning to cook some steak, I want you to consider trying this style if you haven't tried it. I will tell you it's worth to try. And of course, if you want more of my videos on your YouTube feed, please consider to subscribing to my channel. Thank you, bye bye.